Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. This is a fire sign read for Scorpio season. If you do have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries highly aspected, this read is likely for you. We will be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck for my channel. You will have 3 rows. The first row will be your recent past. The second row will be your current energy. The third row will be your future. We'll grab some clarifying cards. And the bottom of the deck will hold your overall energy for this read. Okay, fire signs. If you like this content, please give me a like, share, subscribe. If you would like to book with me at the end of this read, you can do so in the email listed at the description box, in the description box. 10 of Pentacles, the Moon, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, 2 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords, I prayed to pick up on more of a generalized fire sign read rather than the ones that are directly in connection with me. Trying to get more of a general read that will align with all fire signs. Did pray for that. We're hopefully going to get that this time, y'all. You've got the Knight of Swords in reverse, the 2 of Swords in reverse, and the 5 of Swords for your current energy. And then the 7 of Cups, the Justice card, Pisces, Cancer, Libra energy could be significant. You do have the 3 of Wands for your final future card. You do have the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which I feel like is probably a good a splash of good news. Yes. Okay. My beautiful fire signs, let's get into your Scorpio season read. Hope you're well, staying blessed, enjoying the energy, enjoying the last of the light in the sky. The 9 of Pentacles is the energy of really fruits of labor, sometimes reckless spending, and also rewards due to your efforts. In the recent past, you do have the 10 of Pentacles, culmination, inheritance sometimes, and often legacy. It has to do with money gains. Often this has to do with what you would want in terms of wealth culmination to provide for everyone around you that you care for, if that's something that you would want. In the recent past, you do have the Moon as well. The Moon is everything that is hidden, right? It's unconscious. It's illusions, intuition, and clarity. This very watery card is representing anything that is hidden in regards to a culmination of wealth. So with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, you have lack of commitment, greed, and laziness. So if there is something in your life where you're recognizing that you, I'm going to have to do a spiritual cleanse, I think, to pick up more general reads. But anyways, for the majority of y'all that are going through this, if you've been greedy, if you have experienced some sort of lack of commitment and laziness when it comes to whatever you were attempting to culminate, there's something hidden there in the recent past. It's something intuitive almost, like you might have lost out on something because of laziness or lack of commitment. You might have lost out on something that you wanted in the past, or even further in the past, not just the recent past, that would have benefited you or been something that you would have wanted, something that you would have considered like almost security to you. in the recent past or in the distant past. Uh, this is like recognizing potentially where your lack of commitment and also where your almost like hidden agendas potentially caused a lack. There's still the ability for you to spend. It's not that it ruined you in any way. But with the Ten of Pentacles, you always have to remember that it's like in this card, the character is looking at all that he's built. He has his children and their spouses and his grandchildren, and he's got dogs. He's got everything around him in terms of a well established community, in terms of love and also like beneficial like security in all ways, right? And there's some sort of like intuitive understanding about the recent past where you might have stepped in a manner that didn't allow it to go the way you wanted it to, although you didn't suffer in a major way, which is excellent, you know. But like whatever you're learning about is, I missed out on this opportunity or that opportunity because of like you're at that time you were not super committed to it. That's the message. So in your current energy, you've got the Knight of Swords in reverse being no direction, disregard for consequence, and unpredictability. The Two of Swords in reverse is lesser of two evils, indecision and stalemate. The Five of Swords in reverse is unbridled ambition, win at all costs, energy, and sneakiness. So yeah, you're and during the Scorpio season, you might be in a place where you sorry, excuse me. I definitely forgot to bring up water in here. You might be in a place where this lesson is being very felt by you. Wherever your lack of commitment was presented, you might have like felt like it was hidden, but it's created like webbed issues, if you will, in your life where there's like lack of trust and lack of understanding and lack of like true connection. I mean, at least you don't have the Queen or the King of Swords in reverse in this read, right? That's good. I gotta do a cleanse. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope that any of you fire signs are going through a place where you're just like, what do I do? But ultimately, in the Scorpio season, you might be just having to make decisions based on a lesson that you didn't necessarily see coming. And because of your lack of commitment in the recent past and in the current energy, your disregard for consequences, inevitably, and also you potentially showing up as overly ambitious at the very least with that Five of Swords in the upright, if not also sneaky and fully just caring about yourself, you know. Like if you are breaking away from something instead of being fair, you're not having sportsmanship, you're not having integrity, you're being a coward. You're doing what's best for you only, and you're doing everything you can to be sneaky, to like almost at a high end, this is a psychopath. So on a low end, this is someone just trying to get the most that they can in a way that is absolutely selfish. But on a high end, this is a psychopath. That is, like, you don't care. You really genuinely only care about your own security, and that's not good. Fuck, I don't know who I'm picking up on, but I gotta do a cleanse. I know who I'm picking up on. I gotta do a cleanse. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. So. Let's bring back the love and light energy, y'all, because I know that not every fire sign can be going through it this bad. So you might be, though, learning a very serious lesson about where if you don't, I mean, like if you are a selfless person, you know, like a lot of fire signs are very selfless if they're not, if there aren't negative, like personality disorders, etc., attached to them. So they are going to be more focused on, like, yeah, how to win, but not at all costs, like how to do what's best for them, but also what's best for everyone. Do you see the difference? Um, Ultimately, that's um, what the passionate ones do, right? You guys are fire. You are the passionate ones. You work in the energy of passion, which is the energy of creation, and destruction as well. So remember that, and remember that here you can't. Yes, you need to protect yourself, but this is not, nothing here is saying you need to protect yourself. In fact, it's saying you're fine and that you're overdoing it and whatever this ending is, which is wild. You might feel like it's not because you might feel like in some way that you're owed for some reason more than you are actually owed this person, which will have to be probably kind of like handled in court, you know, or handled with your peers or a mediator or something like that, because this is just, yeah, there's not really another option. So for your future fire signs, you're making plans to move forward. What this is kind of like something of a major lesson for you, and with the Seven of Cups, you have this energy of almost daydreaming, searching for purpose, choices in the future. And with Justice, that's the law of cause and effect, right? That is the energy of the scales, truth, clarity, law, anything to do with how something can affect another is really serious. And then the Three of Wands, of course, is looking ahead, expanding, and rapid growth. So you're very focused on this in the future. You're focused on how to leave something behind. You're daydreaming about it. You have been focused on this for some time and focused on how to manifest what's best for you exclusively. And I mean, you will see the karma of that. So if you're not being overly ambitious, you have nothing to worry about. If you're not being very like super greedy and displaying lacks of commitment to people that have tried to help you, then you have nothing to worry about. If that's happening to you, you need to cut people like that out. But ultimately, I mean, like the cards are saying this energy is yours and this is present for you. And you might have like almost like a ambitious desire to create security for yourself, and that in the future will manifest dependent on if you've had integrity with your actions or not. So you've got the, oh, excellent. Yeah, we like this. Okay, Six of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay, so the Six of Wands is victory, success, followed reward. So ultimately, you learning this lesson, right? If you're a lower end person, a non-psychopathic, sociopathic person, then this is more so you recognizing where to be more selfless and why, and how it will benefit you in future relationships, and learning the lessons and whatever this is and overcoming it ultimately. The future really shows this, like making plans and daydreaming about what you can do to create more security, and how to go forward in a manner that you that is quick, that is passionate, that is almost propelling you forward, right? And as long as your endeavors are like good, and you have good karma, this is excellent. You will have victory in that. You will move forward in a way that benefits you and others rather than just yourself. This is, and then with the Hierophant, of course, being tradition, legacy, society, and organized religion, the society around you being benefited from this and celebrating. Because if you do learn your lessons and you move forward, you've got nothing but positive passion to give those around you, right? And sometimes you have to come to a place where you recognize like endings inevitably have to happen, right? Sometimes they just do. And you shouldn't be overly ambitious. You shouldn't be sneaky. You shouldn't be greedy, because the person that you do that to will inevitably feel taken advantage of. That will be the cause and effect of that. They will see you as sneaky and overly ambitious. They will see you as greedy. They will see you as being mysterious in a negative, manipulative way with the moon card, not a positive one. And because of that, they'll also see it as any efforts to build with you are not going to be positive ever in the future, because you will always put yourself first in every endeavor that you take on. So it's just kind of a thing where if you're working in a selfless energy, you will benefit from that. If you're working in a selfish energy, it will hinder you in the future. And in any ending, you need to remember that like you have to respect everyone. You have to remember the cause and effect of when you disrespect people, and what your actions, especially if they're sneaky and greedy, what they will be perceived as, how they will be perceived, the pain they will cause, and like the inevitable endings that will be brought because of it, right? Okay, fire signs, I hope you liked the content. I'm sorry it's a bit sad. Hopefully we get a happy Sagittarius season for you, but we'll see. I mean, your future is looking better. As long as you're not being overly ambitious and sneaky, it will go well for you. If you make plans and are honest with those around you and are not sneaky and overly ambitious and doing everything in a manipulative manner, it will go well for you. You will have victory. Ultimately, that's where you're at in life, right? And I know, how do I say this? I know people that have lived a lot of their life as a fire sign in the reverse and created a lot of destruction. And so they should know this lesson, right? They should already know this. And if they don't, that's on them. And if they don't want to create and give passion and love and life, then that's on them. Ultimately, you get to decide what you do with your passion in this world, this energy that you can create with. You can destroy with fire, or you can create. It is up to you. And I mean, you will be rewarded if you protect people and you create. Ultimately, even if it doesn't seem like it will reward you, and initially, it will reward you in the end. I hope you take that lesson very seriously, fire signs. Have a beautiful season. I'll see you in the next read.